and change to HD. Okay, sure. So let's start today. So, well, my first thing, let's make introductions. Okay, so here with me we have Daniel Reed. He is responsible for our support department. So I guess if you have ever had some technical issue, you might have contacted our support department, and maybe Daniel was the one who answered you. Okay, he will be supporting me the chat. So if you have any question at any time, you can feel free to use the chat, and he will be reading the chat. Okay, while I'm using MobbingCube. Okay, so well, and then it's me. My name is Ignacio Roda. I'm one of the co-founders of MobbingCube, and now I'm here based in San Francisco. So if you are also in the States and anytime you want to talk about MobbingCube, about your apps, about ideas or anything, feel free to contact me. Okay. So well, today we are going to talk about one of the functionalities that people use more in MobbingCube is the push notifications, and also we are going to talk about the cloud, which is a tool that we are offering for managing your app's remote content. Okay, so we will start with the push, how to set up your Google account in order to send push notifications, and we will say some things about it. Okay, so yeah, let me share my screen first. One moment, I need to move some things. Is this one? Okay, yeah, I guess you will start watching my screen like in 5 seconds, maybe. Can you see it now? Okay, perfect. So, well, I'm not sure if all of you know what a push notification is, but basically it's the way you can contact your users. Okay, so if you have some app published and you have people who installed your app, you can send a message to all of them, even if they are not using the app at that moment. Okay, so if someone has your app, or maybe 1,000 people have your app, you can send a push message so that all of them will receive a push message. Okay, and in case, well, they will get it on the phone, even if the app is not working at that moment. So if they go to the notification page or section of the phone, they will see the message, and if they touch on it, then your app will be open. Okay, so push notifications are really useful in case you are like creating an app for your business. Maybe you want to contact your customers, like for sending offers or deals or anything. Okay, or you want to send some news to your customers, you can use push notifications. Or also push notifications are really useful in case you are making apps for making money with MobbingCube. So yeah, push notifications can help you increase your revenue because imagine that you have like 10,000 users who open your app like once in a month. So with push notifications, you can make them open your app with more frequency. For example, if you send a push notifications like every week, then a lot of people will receive it. I mean, all of your users will receive that push notification, and a lot of people will click on it. So your app will be open. And if your app is showing advertisement, then you will generate more ad spaces. Okay, so if you generate more ad spaces, then or more impressions, then you will make more money. Okay, because you are making money based on the number of impressions, right? So if you use push notifications for increasing your revenue, that's also a great idea. Okay, so well, let me show you the pricing of MobbingCube so that you realize that push notifications are included in the free version of MobbingCube. I mean, it's not a big amount, but if you are starting using MobbingCube, and you are like growing your users, you can use up to 500 notifications per month. Okay, and if you start like making a lot of users, then I mean you should maybe go to the standard plan so that you have like 1 million posts. I mean it's a really affordable plan for sending posts, because if you have like 50,000 users, you could send like 20 different messages per month. So it's a big amount of notifications, right? So yeah, don't talk more about the pricing plan. I'm not trying to sell anything. I just wanted to inform that how it works. Okay. So let me register in MovingCube. Well, I assume that all of you have a MovingCube account, right? So I'm not going to explain how to create an account. Okay. So first, how to set up your account in order to send push notifications. Okay. So for example, we can use this demo app. I'm not sure if it's ready. Let me check if this one is finished. Yeah, this one should be valid. Or maybe we can create a quick app. Yeah, the one that we are going to use after for. Let me change to English. Sorry. So I'm going to create a really quick app, okay, and then we will use notifications in that app, okay. So we will create a new app. We will call it Demo Push 2017. Well, as I said, feel free to make questions using the chat, okay, at any time. So, well, for this app, well, first thing, let's create some simple screen, okay, so that we can generate the app. Let's make a detailed screen, for example, with just one text. Hi there. This is my app. Okay, so we have this app. Okay, and we want to use notifications. Okay, so I didn't save it. So if you want to use notifications, you have to activate the service. The first one in the list is push notifications. You have to activate it. Okay. And then you can access the setup of this service. Okay, and this is the dashboard for sending push notifications. Okay, so before sending push notifications, you have to set up your account. I mean, for Android, you have to do some configuration in your Google account, and for Apple, you also need to do some configuration. Okay, so click on this button here. Okay, and see, this is in, well, there's some text in Spanish, and that's a bug from our platform. Anyway, so here you can set up your Android information and your Apple information. Okay, some people think that they cannot send Windows Phone notifications because they don't see any setup here, but the thing is that we don't need any information for sending push notifications to Windows Phone. Okay, so push notifications will work also in Windows Phone, but you don't have to do anything. Okay, so well, for Android, you have to enter or to give us these two values, the API key and the project number. Okay, so let's see how to get this information. Okay, so you have to open your Google Developer Console. You can use this text, Google Developer Console in Google, and you see the first link is the console.developers.google.com. You access, and then you should go to API. So first you have to create. Well, I'm by the way, I have an active Google account open. So that's why I didn't have to enter my user and password, right? So first thing, when you click here on API, enable Google APIs for use in apps, then Google asks, well, you have to enter a project name. Okay, so they are asking you for creating a new project. Okay, so we are going to create a new project for our app. So the name was Demo Push 17. So let's use this name. And then you agree with the terms, then create. Okay, so the project is being created. Now you see this clock here, so it's working. So sometimes it's fast. It might take like seconds, like now. And there are some other moments that it might take like 5 minutes from Google side. So yeah, you just need to wait. Okay, so now we created this project. This is the only project I have in this account. You can use one project for all your apps of MovingCube, but we strongly recommend to create a new project for every single app that you create in MovingCube. Okay, so well, I created this project, and if I go to Overview, okay, you see here a project number. Okay, so this is the number that we need to enter in MovingCube here as the project number. And now we have to look for the API key, right? So for creating the API, you have to go to APIs. And now you have to look for, where was it? For cloud messaging. I know it's mobile app is here. Okay, so here you see the cloud messaging for Android. Click here. Okay, and then you have to enable the API. Click here on Enable API. Okay, so now it's enabled. So if we go to APIs, we can check to enable APIs, and we see here the cloud messaging for Android. Okay, so now we have to go to credentials, and then we need a public API access key. Okay, so let's click on create new key, and we are going to create a server key. Okay, so select the first option, and you have to leave this field blank. Okay, don't write anything here, so just click on create. Okay, so now we have our API key, which is here. We copy it, and then we go to MovingCube and put it here. Okay, so that's all we need to set up our push notifications. Okay, so click on accept. Okay, the information correctly sent. Don't forget to publish your app. Okay, so now we can publish our app, and we will be able to send push notifications to Android. Okay, and for Apple, it's a little bit more complicated. I cannot do it now because I don't have a Mac computer, but basically you only need to create a P12 file. Okay, so yeah, I think there are some instructions if you go to help.movingkit.com, and then you look, one moment, you look for P12. Then you have this article, how to get the P12 file. Okay, so you can follow these instructions to get your, it's not like a big instruction, but we are going to publish a new video. Yeah, this is the old one. So yeah, maybe in 1 week or 2 weeks at least, we will publish a video showing you how to create the P12 file. I hope it's available next week. Okay, so basically you need, I mean, if you have already published some app on Apple, then you know how to get this file. Okay, so you just upload this file and click on accept. Okay, open the second one. Yeah, okay, this one. how to activate push notifications on iPhone and iPad. And then click here, create the app ID and bundle ID. Well, it's not a really good article, but yeah, I mean, next week we will post this video and we will explain how to get the V12 file. Okay, so don't worry about right now. Okay, but that's the thing. Okay, and one thing for Apple, if you want to send push notifications, you have to publish the app in your own account. Okay, if you publish the app in MobileCube's account, or I mean on Apple's account of MobileCube, then you won't be able to send push notifications. Okay, so it's really important that you have an Apple developer account in order to send push notifications. Okay, so yeah, basically that's all you have to do. Create the P12 for your app, and when you create your app, you have to, somewhere in the Apple dashboard, you have to activate that you want to send push notifications. Okay, so after you do that, then you can publish the app. Okay, so let's wait. It might take like 2 or 3 minutes to be published. Okay, in the meantime, let me explain one of the questions that we are getting more from our users. It seems like all users or a lot of users are interested in sending push notifications with some segmentation like country. So people is asking us if we can send push notifications only to my users in this country, for example. Okay, so now at this very moment, you cannot do that with MobileCube. So if you send a push notification, it will reach all your users. Okay, no matter if they are English users or German users, or all of them will get the message. Okay, so yeah, we know that it would be interesting to have like a geo segmentation, but let me tell you that this will be available maybe in, not sure if in 1 month or 2, because, well, let me advance some agreement that we had with this company called movac.com. Okay, so yeah, next week we will announce a partnership with movac.com, so they will be the official back end for MobileCube applications. So all of our MobileCube users will have a free account on movac.com, so they will be able to create like amazing stuff without developing things on the server. Okay, so you will be able to create like great apps which need server side, but you won't need to worry about the server. Okay, because Movac will add this technology. Okay, so you will be able to create like user management or like data management on the server and really complex things. Okay, so one of the things that they will provide is the push notification segmentation. Okay, so after we integrate with Movac, then you will be able even to create channels. Okay, so you will be able to create in your app some buttons so people can subscribe to some channels. Okay, yeah, that's the question Pablo Gonzalez is asking. Okay, so for example, if you create one app for news and you have like financial, you have sports, or you have like politics, then you will be able to define your own channels for your app and create some buttons in your app so people can subscribe to those channels. Okay, and after that you will be able to send push notifications only to those channels. Okay, so you will be able to send push notifications per country, per language. Well, I think per language, but well, you will be able to send per language because you can always create a channel for some specific channel. Okay, for some specific language. Sorry. So yeah, this will be available. I think it should be available in September. Okay, so everything we are learning today will still work. Okay, but then you will have these additional features. Okay, so well, now our app is published. Let's try to install it. Let me zoom in. Okay, so you see the QR code. So feel free to install it. You can use this if you have an Android device. You can install this app, and then we will send some push notifications. Okay. Are you installing it? I'm doing it, so okay. Okay, I'm downloaded, installing it. So can I change the screen now, or does anyone need the URL? Well, or let me copy the URL here on the chat. Okay. And well, one thing I said before, that if you send a push notification, everyone that has your app installed will receive the message, but that's not totally true. The thing is that people need to open the app once at least, so that the app gets registered in the system. Okay, so when the app starts, then it sends some data to our server, and then we know that that person has the app. Okay, so it will be sent to everyone who installed the app and open it at least once. Okay, so let's go to the push dashboard. We go to info and then click go on push notifications. And now here you have new and send. Okay, if you go to send, then you see a list of all messages you sent. So of course it's empty now. So let's create a new notification. Okay, so here you just write some text. Hi there, this is my push notification. Okay, so click on send. And even if you close your app, now you should receive the notification, if I did it correctly. It might take, sometimes it's like immediate, sometimes it might take like some minutes. Okay, it depends. Okay, I got it. Did you receive it? Well, the thing is that there's a queue in MovingCube, so if, yeah, you got it. Perfect. So if before your notification, some user who had like a really big app with maybe 1 million of users, if the other user send one notification just right before you, then your notification will be delayed maybe some minutes, okay, because our server has to process all the messages. Okay, but yeah, this is my first notification. So if we go to send, then we will see it here, send one of one. This might be wrong because at least 2 devices received. I think there's something wrong here, Danny, because Faisal got the message, I got the message, so it says only one of one sent. Maybe Danny can add some information, or maybe it means like the message. Okay, let's try a second one. Second message. So now you should receive a second one. Did anyone besides Faisal receive it? Ah, okay. And now I see this error. I received the message now, but MovingQ says that push notification state 5. Let me refresh. Okay, it says sent. Okay, 2 of 2. Okay, it seems like Faisal didn't receive it, but it says it was sent twice. So one is me, at least. Okay, so yeah, it seems only Faisal. I guess I'm pronouncing it correctly. I'm not sure. But only Faisal and me installed the app. Okay, so the thing is that it's working, right? Okay, so yeah, that's almost like everything. Okay, one question. Not yet, Pablo, not yet. Maybe after we integrate with Mopac, maybe we add that feature. Okay, I know it would be great, okay, to open one of the screens in your app. Okay, so since we are going to work on the push notifications like for the next 2 months, maybe we can add that feature, okay, because everyone is asking for that. Okay, and well, there's some tricks that you can do now, because I guess you want to somehow show the notifications in your app. Okay, so well, what you can do, and you'll see it after this, we will see how the cloud works. So you can create some RSS feed, and if you get all the text that you write as push notifications, then you can create an RSS feed with the same messages. So if you create an RSS screen in your app, you can create a section in your app for reading past notifications. Okay, so we will talk about that later. Okay, so yeah, and another question that people sometimes when users have a lot of notifications. Yeah, I know. So yeah, maybe you can create also like an online text in your app and put the same text of your push notification in the first screen of your app. Okay, or maybe with the new functionality of MovingQ, the local web, you can create some JavaScript code to access some remote text, and if there's no notification, then just go to the first screen. But if there's a notification, just show it on the screen. Okay. I think we can develop some module and offer it to you. Okay. So yeah, I think that's a great idea. We will do it next week. Okay. So another thing that people ask a lot is if they can like schedule notifications, or if they can send notifications programmatically from another system. For example, if you have some website or some software and you want to send notifications to your app after some events, okay? At this moment, we don't have any API or any web service to accept notifications, okay? But the thing is that with this new integration with movac.com, okay, once we create this integration, you will be able to send notifications remotely, from your system. Okay, they have an API, so you will be able to access that API and send notifications remotely. Okay, so you can create your own scheduling, okay, for sending notifications. So yeah, that's everything regarding push notifications. So I think it's time to explain the cloud. Okay, so if you have questions before going to cloud, if you have more questions about push notifications, then I can answer them. That's anything for WordPress. What do you mean, Faisal? And new notification feature will not have a new cost, right? Well, it will be included in our, I think we have to decide that. Okay, we are not sure it will be included in the standard plan maybe. Okay, so you will be able to use MOBAC on every plan, even in the free plan. Okay, but some features that require the SDK, I mean the SDK of MOBAC will only be active, I think, on the standard plan, or maybe we create some plan in the middle. Okay, that's something we haven't decided yet. Okay, but it will be really affordable for sure, maybe less than $20 for sure. Okay, so yeah, no way to put graphics in push notifications. Not now. No, you cannot add graphics. Yeah, maybe you can do, I mean, you can develop something to create a push notifications that link with your app. And if you have some JavaScript skills, then you can add a first screen in your app that shows that notification. So you can put graphics there. Okay, that's the thing I said before, that maybe we can develop some module. Okay, so yeah, I guess we can do it for next week. So if you want to have this module, in case you are not developers, JavaScript developers, then send me an email. My email is ignacio@movingkeep.com. And as soon as we have it, I can send it to you. Okay. Can we have integrate WordPress with mobile app? If anything posts on your WordPress. Okay, Fastal. That's the thing that will be available with MOBAC if you create some script to access the API from MOBAC. Okay, so not now. I mean, now you cannot develop anything to program push notification delivery according to some new content on your WordPress site. Okay, but with MOBAC, you will be able to do that. Okay. Okay, any more questions regarding push notifications, or should I keep going with the cloud? Can you spell it here? mobac.com. Well, the thing is that even if you can create an account on MOBAC now for using the JavaScript SDK. Okay, and you can, in case you are a JavaScript developer, you can use the local web screens on MovingCube, and then you can start doing like complex things with mobac.com, like creating user management for your apps, or like managing like big amounts of data on things like that. Okay, but you can still not send push notifications with MOBAC. Okay, because we haven't included yet the SDK of MOBAC. Okay, it will be available, I hope, in September. Okay, so yeah, any more questions regarding push? No? Okay, so yeah, we can go with push, with cloud. Okay, so in order to use cloud, we have to go to info and then activate the cloud service. You just click on activate. Well, of course, and the cloud service is only available in the standard plan. Okay, here. So you have to have a standard account. So click on go, and of course the cloud. I'm not sure if all of you know what the cloud is. So you know that you can use remote content in your app. For example, you can, when you create an app, you can have a picture stored inside your app, or you can decide to use like online pictures inside your app. Okay, for example, let me go to my app again. So I'm going to open the resource manager. Okay, and I'm going to upload some picture. like this fire track. And let me open for example, this car. I have this car. Well, I do have this car, by the way. I bought it with my revenue from MovingQ. So I'm going to use, well, you know, instead of a local file, I'm going to use an online file. Okay, so now I have this online picture. I guess you already know the difference from local file or online file. Okay, if you see this icon and this one, so this means that this picture will be inside my app. Okay, so if my app needs to display this picture, let's add some picture here. So now my app will have this fire track. Let's make it smaller. Okay, so this fire track picture will be stored inside my app. Okay, so anytime I load my app, the picture will be taken from inside the app. Okay, so then it will be really fast to display this picture. Okay, so there's an alternative. If I use this other picture, which is online, you see the icon. Okay, so this means that this picture of this white car, this one is not inside the app. Okay, the app only stores the URL for this picture. Okay, so every time I open my app, then my app will need to download this picture. Okay, so I mean, the bad thing of that is that my device will need an internet connection. Okay, if I don't have an internet connection, my app won't be able to download this picture. Okay, and even if I have a good internet connection, it might require like 1 second or 2 seconds maybe to download the picture. So the user experience is not really good if you use a lot of online content. But the good thing of that is that you can update your content even if people don't update the app. Okay, so if you only use offline content and you want to change some picture, then you will need to go to MovingQ, update the picture, then republish your app and republish it on Google Play or App Store, and then expect people to update your app. Okay, so not everyone will update it. So not everyone will have your last content. Okay, so that's where you use online content. Okay, because if I go to my server, imagine that this one is my server, and if I change the content of this picture, then all apps will be updated automatically. Okay, so the thing is that if you don't have a server or you don't know how to manage a server, then you can use our cloud, okay, which is this tool. Okay, so this tool allows you to manage your content. Okay, for example, let me create one image. Well, from here you can manage like remote text for your app, remote images, audios, videos, databases, RSS feeds, formulars, coupons in case you want to create some loyalty app, or you can even send push notifications. Okay, we talked about the dashboard on MovingQ. Okay, but from here, from the cloud, you can also use push notifications. Okay, so let me load it. So this is useful in case you are not on your PC at that moment and you are at some place and you only have your mobile phone. You can access the cloud from your mobile phone so that you don't need to enter MovingQ. So it's faster to open the cloud, and from here you can access your notifications, or you can send a different way, a different one. Okay, and well, even if you create apps for your customers, you know that we have this freelancer and agency plan. You see that we have the Cloud Plus service. So if you are on one of these two plans, then you can create users in your cloud account. Okay, so you can create one user for your customer. Okay, so in case your customer, imagine that you create one app for a restaurant and you want the owner of that restaurant to update the content of the app or send push notifications, but of course you don't want him to access your MovingCube account. Okay, so you can create a user on the cloud. Okay, so that person will be able to access some content of the app and update it, and even send push notifications to his customers. Okay, but without accessing your MovingCube account. Okay, of course you don't want to let him in. Okay, because he could see other apps or remove content from other customers, things like that. Okay, so that's what you can do with freelancer or agency. Okay, you can access this user administration. Okay, so yeah, let's just start with images. So click here on images, and then you can just drag and drop pictures. So I'm going to upload this other car here. I just drag and drop it here. So now I have this picture. Okay, and let's do some testing also with text. Okay, I'm going to add a new text. Click on change, and we will write, "Hi, this is an online text." Click on save. Okay, and if now we go to MovingCube, we are going to, well, first I'm going to use a picture, and let's make it smaller. So if I select the picture, I will open the resource manager, and you see now that I have some content on the cloud, I see this here, because before I could only see my app, but now I see the cloud here. So if I click on the cloud, then I can select pictures from the cloud. Okay, and you see that the icon is different. Now I have a cloud here, not a link, just a cloud. So I can select this picture, okay, and now it's here. Okay, so let me first create a new screen. We are going to create an option list with one button. Access, and we will open the main screen. Okay, I'm doing this because I want to refresh the content. Okay, so yeah, the thing is that I'm going to set it as the first screen. So the thing is that you have online content in your app or in some screen of your app. Okay, you can change the file on the server. Why it's not working? Let me refresh. Okay, so if you change the content on the file, then your app will be automatically updated. Okay, but the thing is that if people are watching the same screen with that online content, the content will not be refreshed until they go back and enter again. Okay, so that's why I created this menu screen. Okay, so now I have these three pictures. So let me add some online text as well. Okay, for text, I cannot select here cloud. Okay, so if I want to show online text from the cloud, I have to go to the cloud. I move the mouse over this text, and you see this button that is for a link. So if I click here, I get a link to this text. Okay, so I just need to put the link here, the URL here, and click on check. Okay, so I see the text. I cannot edit this. Oh, I can edit it. This is wrong. This is some bug, I think. I'm not supposed to edit it. No, now I cannot edit. You saw that, Daniel? Maybe you can talk with the technical team, because the first time I enter the address, it allows me to modify text. But yeah, the thing is that I guess that it's not saved. But okay, so now I have this online text, I have this online image, and I have this online through cloud image. Okay, and yeah, let's publish our app again and see what happens. Okay. Okay. So while it's being published, let me explain more things about the cloud. Well, then you have audios and videos. Okay, so basically audios and videos are the same as images. Okay, so let me upload one audio. I think I have some audio file, or maybe a video which is more visual. Okay. I think my internet connection is not really good today. Anyway, so yeah, I have some video here. Let's look for a small one. Yeah, this one. I think I had some more funny video. No, let's use this now. Okay, and then I'll change it. Okay, I guess I should have added the video before. So let me add it now. So I can, and maybe I should have used a table. 3.5. Let's see if I can move this picture inside. I think I can't. Okay. So let me add the video inside this table. Okay. And now I select the video and see that I can also see my cloud videos here. So I can just select it. Okay. Okay, so let's see if it's published. No, not yet. I guess it will be fast. So let's wait a little bit. So yeah, for audios and videos, it's the same. You can upload your files here, and that's all. And well, another thing is that you can arrange your content in folders. Let's upload some more pictures to the cloud. Okay, let's upload this beautiful picture of San Francisco. Okay, so now let's add this super duper burger. Okay, so if you drag and drop one picture over another one, then you create a folder. Okay, so now I have this folder. I can access this folder. No, I just need to click once. Well, if you click twice, double click, then you can change the name of the folder, like San Francisco. And if you just click once, then you see the content of the folder here. Okay. Of course, if you want to remove some picture, you just click on this button and you will remove it from your cloud. Okay. Let's see, not published yet. it's maybe I should refresh the screen. No, not yet. Okay, I guess it will be right really soon. Okay, so basically that's how you manage the content. Okay, you see it's really easy. So yeah, for text, images, audios, and videos, it's basically the same. Okay, the only difference with text is that you just copy the link and use it on MovingCube. But for images, videos, and audios, you will see that content on the resource manager. Okay, so yeah, another thing is the databases. Oh, it's slow. Okay, so you cannot create databases from inside the cloud. Okay, if you want to create a database, you have to go to MovingCube. And when you create a new screen, a data view screen, okay, you can activate this cloud database and enter the name, my database, and maybe two fields like name and description, for example. So if you click on accept, now I have my database, but it says it is a cloud database. So if I refresh my database list on the cloud, I see my new database here, right? So now I can click on it and I can start adding data. I can add a new row and add measure and description, my Twitter handle, for example. Okay, so I can start adding content to my database, and once I'm finished and I want my users to be able to access the new content, I have to click on publish. Okay, so all my changes will be available for everyone. Okay, it says database correctly published. So yeah, if I create a list view, for example, I can use maybe name and description, for example. I will use description in blue since it's a Twitter handle, for example. Okay. So yeah, let's see if it's published. Yeah, so yeah, the thing is that if you have an online cloud database, you cannot edit the data from MovingCube. Okay, you have to always do it from the cloud. Okay, so now you can use this QR code. Let's see how the thing works with pictures. You can install with, well, it's the same URL as before. Okay, so feel free to install this new version if you have an Android device. Or maybe I can use my webcam so that if you don't have, I'm not sure if it will work correctly, but I can try. Come off, done. Okay, let's see. Let me check my cam, okay? I'm going to try to turn my webcam on. I hope it works with the marker. Okay, yeah. Can you see my webcam? Do you see my phone? Yes? Okay. So, yeah, let's go to the cloud. If I click on access, you see that the track is loaded immediately, but other pictures are taking more time. Oh, this is the advertisement. So, and now I have, you see the white car, which was on a third-party server. Then you see the Tesla car, which was on the cloud. And then you have here the online text from the server. Okay, so now I'm going to go to cloud. Do you also see my screen or just the webcam? I hope you see both. Both. Okay, perfect. So I'm going to change the Tesla car. Okay, and we will see what happens. So I'm now in MovingQ. I see the I think it's blue, like dark blue Tesla car. So I'm going to click on change image, and I have a red Tesla here. So I'm going to select this new file. You see that it changed on the cloud. So I'm just going to go back to this menu and then access the app again, the screen again. You see, now I see the red Tesla here. Okay, so, well, with the text it's the same. I go to the cloud and I click on change text. I save the new text, so I go back and I click on access again. So you see the text, and now I have a new text. Okay, and I didn't republish my app or update the app on MovingQ. Okay, it's just an online text, so it changed automatically. Okay, so yeah, I think that's pretty cool, right? So let's turn my webcam. Okay, can you hear me now? Hello? Back? Okay, perfect. Sorry. Yeah, I don't remember what I said. Anyway, so let's add a new button here in the menu and link to the database screen. Okay, and yeah, I guess we can republish the app. Or no, let's add also an RSS and a form, okay, so that we don't spend time republishing, okay? So yeah, let's finish the app first and then we will publish it. So we are going to use an RSS, and this will link to an RSS screen. And then I will have a form. And then here I will access that form. Okay, so now let's create the RSS screen. Oh, RSS. Okay, let's create an RSS feed here. Well, normally if you, I mean, people use RSS feeds from third parties, but you can also create your own RSS feeds. Okay, in case you want to provide like updated content, okay, you can create a new RSS and call it like test RSS, for example, then click on create. Now I'm editing it. and it's like a small database. Okay, so I think if you want to create something nice, you should use databases instead of RSS, okay, because the effect is the same. I mean, with the database, you can have more design possibilities, okay, but you can also use it here. I don't know, is it working? Yeah, you have to double click on it. Oof, not fast today. Okay, so for this RSS, I have to create a new article. I click on new news. I set the title, my first post, then date is July 17. We should have a calendar picker here. Either this is my first post, and then click on create. And I don't know, it's not working. I mean, maybe I pick a wrong date format. Now let's see if I have to use maybe like European format. Maybe this is something wrong again. Yeah, so the date first and then the month in the second position. Yeah, I think we should do something. Yeah, a date picker and create the right format. Okay, I guess Daniel can hit someone in our office to make this happen. Okay, so let's edit the RSS screen. Okay, so now I have this option, the Cloud RSS. So I activate it. So instead of entering the URL, I have to publish it first. Okay, now it's published, so I can refresh the RSS. And I don't know why I don't see it here. I think I have to get the link. So let's go to RSS menu again. And no, I don't see it. Maybe Daniel knows why. I'm supposed to get a list of all my cloud RSS, but I don't get it. I think that worked yesterday. Daniel, can you help me? Am I doing something wrong? And I don't, it's not even here. Something is happening. Okay, it seems like now there's a date picker. This is crazy. Okay, so yeah, maybe something happened before. Okay, I have it here, now publish, and I guess that's all. So let's try to refresh. So Daniel, the thing is that I'm selecting Cloud RSS, but I don't get a list with my RSS. So Control F5, you mean here? Let's see. Yeah, the RSS is here. Okay. No, it's not working. Well, normally you get a list of your RSS feeds here. Okay, so I don't know what's happening today. You have more. Okay, so I'm sorry for that. I encourage you to use databases if RSS is not working, but or it will be fixed soon, I guess. So, well, let's remove this screen and let's focus on the form, okay? I'm going to delete this option and then let's create the form with a detail screen. And well, I'm going to have some table and then I will add some labels like name, then a field. Okay, so I'm going to use a reference name called name. Okay, and then let's add some separator, then some other like description and a new text field called description. Okay, so now I go to cloud and forms. Normally it is fast, but I'm not sure if it's my internet connection. Well, yeah, I guess since I'm broadcasting this webinar, I guess my bandwidth is like overflowed, so that's why it's getting too slow. Okay, so I'm going to create a new form on the cloud. So click here, and this is, for example, like guest list. Okay, and double click. Okay, so I'm going to first add some settings. So I'm going to add the email address where I want to receive my content. So yeah, I can use my address at and then this is the response message that you want to send to everyone who filled the form. Okay, so congratulations, we received your request. Okay, so let's click on change. Is it working? I guess it's changed. Okay, or not, I don't know. And then we need to add fields to my form. Okay, this with the same name that I used in MovingCube. Okay, so name and description. Okay, so now I have my form, and then I go back to MovingCube, and here I have to add some button. Let's add some space, and I'm going to add one submit button. Okay, let's do it big. This size, with a solid background like blue, and white font, and here. Okay, so this is my button. So now I have to create a submit action. Okay, so I click on the button and I use the action submit form. Okay, So I have to select send to a script and then activate the cloud form. So then I get a list of all the forms I created on my cloud. Okay, so I use the guest list and I click on accept. Okay, so, and that's all. So let's publish the app again. Publish a new version. Finish. Accept terms. So now I guess it will take 3 to 5 minutes. So in the meantime, I can add more content. Well, while it's generated, let me go to MovingCube and I will show you how the database is displayed here. I go to my DB screen. It says cloud database and this symbol also. So if I edit my database from MovingCube, I get this message. Database editable from cloud only. Okay. So the thing is that you can move your database, even if you created it on the cloud, you can move it from the cloud to MovingCube. I mean, you can make it back and forth anytime. You just use this cloud. If you deactivate this, now your database will be stored inside the app. Okay, so you can import. The thing is that, yeah, here from the cloud, well, now I won't see it, I guess. I move it to the app. So yeah, the thing is that from the cloud, you cannot import data from Excel, okay, or from a CSV file. Okay, so if you want to import data from a CSV file, you should move your app to MovingCube, your database to MovingCube, sorry. So deactivate the cloud database, so it will be moved to MovingCube. And then you can import data from a CSV file. Okay, now after you have all this data, let's add some other content. You can add data manually or from a CSV file, and then you can send it to the cloud again. You just activate this. Okay. So if you refresh the cloud, now you see your database again. And I see now both rows, right? And okay, let's see if it's published. No, it's not. Okay, let's wait like 1 or 2 minutes. I think I explained everything about the cloud. Well, the only thing is the coupons. I guess if you have a business, a restaurant, or a hair studio or something like that, you might want to use coupons. Okay, you can create a new coupon. This is for basically if you want to have some loyalty thing inside your app. Okay, for example, if your customers have dinner in your restaurant like 3 times, then you can give them like free wine or something next time. Okay. So basically you create a coupon with a description like free wine. Wow. And like 3 and code like I don't know, like ASDFG, expiration date like next Friday, and have dinner in a restaurant 3 times and you get a free bottle of wine. Maybe I shouldn't write about wine because I'm in the US. I mean, it seems like alcohol laws are crazy here, but yeah, this is my coupon. So you have to enter some image here. So let's use burger and beer. Okay, so it's getting stored. Maybe some error. I don't know. No, now it's supposed to be stored, right? Now it's working. Okay, now I have my coupon, I guess. Or not. I'm not really used to the coupons, so I'm not sure if I'm doing it correctly. Maybe free pizza. Let's use a different or free code BFG. Come 2 times and get 1 free burger. Maybe it was because I used alcohol. No, something's wrong today with the cloud. Okay, maybe the server is having issues today because I cannot store my coupons. Okay, but the thing is that in MovingCube you can create a new screen called loyalty, for example, and you can use this coupons type. Okay, so basically here you will select the coupon, okay, the one I created, but somehow it didn't work, so I didn't store it in my cloud. So if you make it, then you will be able to select the coupon, and in your app you will see something like this. Okay, the name of the coupon, the offer, the picture, and some checkboxes. Okay, so if the person goes with the app to the restaurant, he will give the phone to the waiter and he will enter the code. Okay, so I mean, if you access the app, then you will have an extra mark. Okay, and the owner of the restaurant will decide whenever you have like 3 or 4 or the number of marks you decided, then they will offer you this free burger. Okay, so basically that's the coupons. I mean, it's pretty basic, but some users want it. Okay, so now I have it. Okay, so let's see the result. Okay, so I'm downloading the app. Feel free to download it. It's the same address. Anyway, I will use the webcam again. Oh, here I have the new version of the app. Sorry for the ads. Well, I think I did. Well, I have the video. Yeah, we didn't saw the video. We didn't see the video. So now I have this online video. So if I press on it, it works, right? So I'm going to update the video. Well, I think it's working. I mean, it's a really static video. So let's change it. So click on change, and I'm going to add this video. So now it's loaded. I'm going back and then again. So now it's loading. Oh, no, it's not loading. Yeah, I mean the thumb was the same, but.
Christ, Dolphin, that doesn't look good. That's fine. Just a dislocated shoulder. Or
Okay, you see the video.
Keep going.
So
We should get you to a hospital.
I updated the video without updating the app. Okay, so it's basically the same as with images. So let's go to databases. Oh, something happened. I didn't. Let me try again. Ah, something's wrong. Yeah, this normally happens on webinars. I get all the bugs of MovingCube on the webinars. I think everything is correct. Description. I don't know. Maybe it's because I changed, but it shouldn't happen. I changed from cloud to MovingCube, but this shouldn't happen. I did it before and it happened. I mean, and it worked. So I'm not really sure. Well, let's try the forms. I mean, you know, like live demos have these things. Let's try the forms. And in the meantime, I will try to republish the app. Okay, so let's see the form. You see I have name and description. So I'm going to enter, like, let me take the phone off so I can write. Okay, I have this data. The user entered this data, so I'm going to click on submit. Okay, so you see I get, I mean, it's a little bit blurry, but I get the message, congratulations, we received your request. Okay, the same message I set up on the cloud, so I can go back and back. Okay, so if I go to the cloud, now I go to forms. And I select the guest list form. So I can use view messages. And see, I have a list of, where was it? Of all the messages I got from my app. Okay, so I get a list, and I think there's no export button. Yeah, it used to be here, but not anymore. Let's see if it's outside. No, you cannot export that. No. I thought you could, but so basically you can see the messages from the cloud. Okay. And well, I'm trying to republish, so I'm going to stay here if you have questions. So in the meantime, we will try to republish and see if the database works now after republishing the app. Okay, so let's. So yeah, let me know if you have questions, and I will try to solve them. I think I covered everything regarding the cloud. I'm really sorry for those little bugs. I'm going to also send a notification from here. Not found. Wow. Does any of you have any questions? Interested? Okay, thank you. No, I think something's wrong with the server today. You can send push from cloud until you set the iOS? Really? So what if I don't publish my app on iOS and I only want Android version, so I cannot use the cloud? Wow, we should give a medal to the one that decided that. Yes, Faisal. I think the video is almost ready. Okay, we just need, well, in fact, we have all the new help for publishing on iOS. So we just need to record the video. So it will be ready, I guess, next week. I guess by the end of next week. Okay. So yeah, maybe we will post it on our Facebook channel, I guess, and also in our Twitter channel. Okay, so if you're following us, then you will get the video. And if not, just go to help.mobbingcube.com. And yeah, maybe on Friday, maybe, or you can, you can just check some days and it will be there someday. Okay. So, see a list of apps and games with MobbingCube. Yeah, sure. One moment. I will show you. Well, if you need inspiration, you can go to play.google.com and enter MobbingCube. Okay, and here you have a list of some apps built with MobbingCube. I don't know what. Okay, now. Yeah, you can click on show more. I mean, there are thousands of apps. And not all of them are listed here, but there are a lot of them. Okay, and well, if you need ideas, you can just get ideas from other users, or, I mean, it's also good if you just take ideas from other apps not built with MobbingCube. So you can use the search bar on Play Google, and if you enter like one letter, like E, then you see here a lot of suggestions. So this means what people is searching for. So it seems like a lot of people is searching for emoji keyboard or emoji or eBay, emojis for Android. Okay, so I guess creating something like explaining people how to or download an emoji keyboard, something maybe that something like that will have a lot of downloads maybe. Okay, or you can use like letter combination like DE, so Destiny. Okay, people is looking for Destiny, Despicable Me, Death Trigger. Okay, I mean this is a good way to use for ideas. Or if you use PO, people is looking for Police Scanner, Pokemon. Okay, you know, this is a great way of inspiration. And also, if you want inspiration, you can search in some places like market.envado.com. And here, let me copy the address. Well, here you select Code Canyon, and let me paste the URL. Okay, and also if you go to HTML5, you can have a lot of content in HTML and JavaScript, like, for example, video games. You have this video game that works on mobiles. You can preview it. Okay, so yeah, you have this is a small video game. I don't know how to play that. Well, I'm really bad at it, but you know, you can buy the source code of this video game. Here, it's only $15, and then you get all the code and instructions on how to edit it. Maybe you want to change images or some part of the code, but if you only change images, then you can have a video game, your own video game, okay, without developing, okay, and you can get all the code, put it in a zip file, and then you can upload it to MovingCube and with a web screen and use local file, and then you can have a video game, for example. Or, well, here in Code Canyon, you can find video games, or you can, you know, like have lots of things like forms, for example, if you want to create forms, okay, like advanced forms. I explained how to use forms in MovingCube, but those are really simple. Okay, but if you want to set like this type of forms or with selectors and things like that, or, you know, you can make them in HTML using HTML and JavaScript in MovingCube. Okay, and it's only $9, and then you can create like nice forms in your app. Okay, so, and I just downloaded the new version, and I will see. No, okay, yeah, let me show you the new version with the database work. Maybe since I moved it from the cloud to MovingCube while it was being published, maybe I added some errors. Okay, so now I republish the app. So I click on database and I see these two items. Okay, so let's go to cloud and database. It's really slow today. Okay, so let me add a new row, and I can use Danny. Hold on, please. You better don't know Spanish. Because Daniel has a funny Twitter handle. Okay, so let's publish the new database and go to DB again. Oh, okay, yeah, one thing. So databases are updated when you open the app. Okay, so they don't get refreshed every time you access. Okay, you see, now it works. But if you go back and then to the screen again, the database is not refreshed. Okay, they are only downloaded when you open the app. Okay, so that's the difference with other type of resources. Okay, and let's stop. Okay, so yeah, any other question? Okay, there was a question and Daniel solved it. Hmm. Well, I think no. I think Daniel, maybe it's available soon. Okay, so that's one of the functionalities I'm defining. It's really easy to use. So I want that to be available maybe in September or October because it's one of the easy functionalities that we could add. Okay, so I'm not guaranteeing that, but yeah, I have to decide the next roadmap. But I think, well, it will depend on how difficult the integration with Movac.com is, but I guess the picture uploading should be easy. So yeah, we will try. Yeah, for sure. I mean, it will be great, even with the camera. So the two possibilities will be to upload a picture from the camera or upload a picture from the gallery. Okay. Well, text, that's easy to submit. Yeah, you can do that now. I mean, you can create a form or you can create a JavaScript module and add some text fields or somehow to let users to enter text. And with that text, you can upload it to a server. Okay. And if you don't know how to code on the server side, you can use movac.com. Okay. If you go to Movac, I think they are working on the documentation, but if you go to docs, you can access the JavaScript, and here they have some explanation on how to use the JavaScript SDK. Okay, so yeah, here you have some, so you can store all text from users on Movac, and you don't need to develop anything on the server side, okay, only on JavaScript on the app, inside the app. Okay, so they provide all the connections with the database and everything, so it's pretty simple. Okay, so yeah, any more questions? I can stay here for 10 more minutes to answer questions in case you have some. Well, for those who don't have more questions, I just want to thank you for being here. It was almost 2 hours, well, 1 hour and 40 minutes. So yeah, so thank you. I hope you learned a lot and I hope you keep doing more and more apps. Okay. And yeah, for sure, there will be a webinar next week. We haven't decided the topic. Do you have a forum which we can? Yeah, you can use, if you go to the help center of MovingCube, it's help.movingcube.com, and there's a community here, so you can post questions, okay, or ideas, and other users will help you, or also our support department will help you, okay? Maybe the topic for next week webinar is regarding how to create HTML and JavaScript modules. I'm not sure about it. I have to decide. Yeah, maybe we will create like a login screen using Movac, something like that. Who is that guy in today? Topic image. You mean in the webinar? The picture that we use for the announcing the webinar? This ugly guy. I don't really know. I mean, it's a image bought from some photo stock library. So he doesn't have a name. I mean, I think our designer fell in love with that picture. I don't know why. I don't really like it, but you think so? I mean, maybe the picture is great for some things, but not sure if it makes sense to have that picture for the market and then for cloud and push and then for, you know, I think it would be like more fun to have our support team in underwear in some picture. So, oh, thank you, Faisal. I hope you enjoyed the webinar. And I'm really sorry for those small errors that we have. You know this campaign that this company does, which is a job search company here in the Silicon Valley. They are doing this campaign. It's great. Oh, what is it? Okay, so yeah, maybe we should do the same with our support team. Okay, so if nobody has more questions, I guess it's time to say goodbye because, well, of course, I thank you all for being here, and I forgot to thank Daniel because he's based in Spain, and it's almost like 9 in the evening on a Friday. So instead of having party, he's here helping us with the chat. So thank you, Danny. No, it's not Friday. Yeah, it's Friday, right? Wow, this week went fast. I think I'm getting old because you know when the older you get, the faster the time goes. So now my weeks are like flash. So I think I'm old. Okay, so yeah, thank you. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I feel young. I have a young spirit. And I'm lucky because everyone thinks that I'm 25 or something. I always, when I go to Safeway to buy some beer, they always ask for my ID, and they get surprised when they see that I'm 37. So okay, so yeah, I think it's time. I need to leave for today. So yeah, again, thank you, and yeah, and your auntie, granddad in the wife. Yeah, yes, you are. You are. That's my revenge. Okay, so yeah, again, we will decide the topic for the next week's webinar, and we will send a newsletter next week. Okay. So yeah, thanks for being here. And bye bye. Have a nice weekend.